Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on November the 12th, 2020. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start off by taking a look at our calendar here. All right, so coming up on Thursday, a busy day in terms of news. We have Bank of England, Governor Bailey speaking here. So this one here, it's the Global Digital Conference. So expect a lot of comments from a lot of central bankers here. So there could be volatility in the market, so please be prepared for that. We do have a ton of data coming out of UK. We also have ECB Economic Bulletin, and of course, we've got ECB, President Lagarde, she'll be speaking, Bank of England, Governor Carney, Powell will be speaking, so a lot of central bankers here. And again, the thing that we want to watch out for would be how are they seeing things? So there was a comment from the Fed saying that the assets like loans and things like that, there could be debt issues in the US, and that will be the problem. So if they express any more concerns like that, or if they express concerns about the state of the economy, about the growing number of coronavirus cases, any of these things that could point to some negativity will be negative for the stock market, and also for the Forex market. We could see yen go up as a result, US dollar go up as a result if they express concern and uncertainty. On the other hand, if they say, no, things are under control, we'll be able to get things under control, we'll provide as much support as is needed, we'll support the markets, that type of stuff, any of those positive comments are likely to push the stock market higher and the risk currencies higher. So euro, pound, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, these currencies are likely to go up in that case. So please do watch out for the comments here. We also have CPI numbers here for the US. If we see a negative, basically more of a negative numbers come out here, that will be bad for the US dollar, and we could see the US dollar drop as a result of that. So overall, we are seeing an increase in the virus numbers, and we are starting to, or we have already been seeing lockdowns in certain places. Even in New York City, we are seeing that there will be curfews imposed, and gyms and restaurants and things like that will be, there will be restrictions placed. So we are likely to see more of this as we get into these winter months here. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as we go on. So let's go on to the charts here. We'll start off with euro dollar. Euro, as we can see here, we were looking yesterday at this level at 1.1835 level. Price wasn't able to go through it. So now we are seeing this move here. So this is looking bearish. So I'd be looking for a further move to the downside towards 1.1700. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so in terms of the euro here, in terms of pullback, we may get a pullback into 1.1800, and then I'd be looking for a drop. So bias here is bearish for euro dollar, and target is 1.1700. Next one here, pound dollar. This one is looking bearish as well. And in this case, we see price went into this next level at 133. And now we have seen a bit of a drop here in the pound. Next target, well, the first target is 1.3150 and then 1.3085. So bias is bearish here for pound dollar. Aussie dollar here, Aussie dollar hasn't gone anywhere in the last week. So as we can see, it's been trading in a very, very narrow range, kind of similar to what was going on here. So today's candle close is neutral. So I would say this is neutral to bearish. We need to see a drop through here and then I will look for this move to the downside. But currently, it's still trading in that range, and as such, it could do another test to the high, but I am looking for this one to basically cave in here, and we may see a drop. So I would say neutral to bearish bias here. In terms of our targets here, first target would be 0.7150, and then we're looking at 0.7060, so neutral to bearish bias here for Aussie dollar. New Zealand dollar here, this one is looking bullish. We do see price has gone through that resistance level, so this is bullish. Next target here is 0.6939, 0.6930, and then we are into some important support resistance levels. So going back here, so this is where we are. Next target is 0.6930, and beyond that, we do have that tippy top here of the resistance 0.6965. So bias is bullish here. Those are the two levels. And then we are into some major resistance, and that is a multi-year resistance. The last time price was there was, excuse me, back in 2018. So we may see a turn from those levels there. So for now, bias is bullish for New Zealand dollar. Dollar CAD here, this one is pulling higher. It's going sideways at the moment. We do have that bullish candle close, and we're likely to see another move higher, but we are getting very close to this 0.3100 level, and if it doesn't go through, we're likely to see price turn around. So right now, neutral to bullish here, and it will not get completely bullish till we see price break through this 0.3100. Once it does, then we go into 1.3170 level. So neutral to bullish bias here for dollar CAD. All right, looking at silver here, silver is still trading in this big old range here, still stuck here, hasn't really done anything. This is right in the middle of the range here. If it holds here below 24.50, we're basically looking for a move back down. And first target here would be 23.20 and then 22.50. So neutral to bearish bias here for silver. Gold here, gold is also looking a bit bearish here. It's been trading in a range. It tried to go through the resistance, couldn't go through, and now it's holding towards the bottom of the range here. And so bearish bias, first target is 1847. And should we see a drop there, we're looking for 1820. So bearish bias for gold. Oil here, we have a bearish pin bar for oil. So looking for a drop here. In terms of our targets here, we're looking at 40.20 and then 39.50. So bearish bias for oil as well. Copper, this one's also looking neutral to bearish here. We see that price wasn't quite able to break through this resistance. We do have a pin bar here. It's been going sideways here essentially. So I'm looking for price to drop towards 3.05 and then 3.01 here. So bearish bias for copper as well. Bitcoin here, Bitcoin's still looking sideways. It's been stuck in this range this week, and actually a couple of days previous week here as well. And it did go test the resistance. If it holds below the resistance of 15,900, we are likely to see a move back towards 14,750, back towards the bottom of the range. And at this point, I'm just looking for this to be neutral here more than anything else, or something like this. So bias here is neutral for our Bitcoin here. S&P 500, we see the price hasn't really been able to break the resistance here. We did see this big spike up when the vaccine news was announced, but since then hasn't really been able to do anything. So at this point, we'll see if it can go through this 35.88 level. If it doesn't, then we're looking for a move back down. So this one is neutral at the moment. As long as it holds below 35.85 level, I will look for a drop. But one thing that we have to watch out for as well is that it could go all the way into the resistance and then drop from here. So we could see a retest into the highs and before it comes back down. So I would watch out for that. But for now, neutral bias here for S&P 500. NASDAQ here, we do have a bullish candle close. So this could go higher into 12,120, back into this resistance here. So keep an eye on that. But it is currently into a bit of a resistance into this 12,000 level. So we'll have to see. Sometimes what can happen here would be something like this. So watch out for that. So neutral. So right now, neutral to bullish here, we could see price go all the way into 12,120 level. And then Dow Jones here, this one's looking neutral for several days. It hasn't even touched the high, so it could turn here towards 28,850. Again, something to watch out for would be this spike up into 30,000 and then a turn from there. So for now, bias is neutral here for Dow Jones. DAX here, this one's still looking bullish. It is into resistance though. So if it doesn't get through, it can turn around. Now, we have seen a lot of positivity in both the DAX and FTSE because of the Brexit negotiations and positive comments around that. And we could see, so if the longer it takes to see an agreement, the worse this will get. So we could see a turn. So I would keep an eye on this 13,280 level. So for now, it's bullish with caution though. FTSE as well went through this resistance, but the candle is smaller here. So we may see a loss of momentum, but still looking bullish. Next target is 6,500. So bullish bias here for FTSE, just be cautious though. Nikkei here. Nikkei has been sideways here for the last several days. We do have a bullish candle close. It could go to retest the high. And then if it holds below, then we are looking for price to come back down. So basically, it's still sideways in this range. It is holding the highs here, but it hasn't managed to break through the resistance, which means it doesn't quite have the momentum that is needed for it to proceed. So we'll keep an eye on that. For now, bias is neutral for Nikkei here. All right, so that's it for today. Have a wonderful trading day, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.